Hell is relative. Dimensions, space, planets, it's all connected. Plenty of them qualify as hell. The Earth is just one territory in a war that's been going on forever. Welcome back, Ghost Riders. Are you ready for another of Johnny Blaze's adventures? If you are, then this wish might come true very soon. So stay with us until the end and find out what the future holds for this character. Now, let's start with a short recap. We can all agree that Ghost Rider is one of the most notable Marvel characters ever made, walking on a thin line between evil and good, as he's purging the world of evil while being a herald of hell. The first Ghost Rider movie was released back in 2007, and despite being an overall box office success, the reviews that this movie got were not that positive. With Nicolas Cage in the main role as the titular character of Johnny Blaze, this movie was an attempt by Sony Pictures to reach Spider-Man's success with another Marvel character. The storyline follows Johnny Blaze, the famous stunt motorcycle rider, who, in exchange for curing his father's cancer as a child, sold his soul to Mephisto. However, the time has come and the demon came to collect on their bargain, so he makes a Ghost Rider out of Johnny, a demonic bounty hunter inhabited by the spirit of vengeance. Even though the comics are extremely dark, the movie adaptation of Ghost Rider went in a slightly different direction. It took a decidedly more campy approach, which was not to the critics' taste. Currently, this movie has a 5.2/10 on IMDb, holds a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 90% approval rating on Google Reviews. Before its release, the fans were excited that they'll see this character on the screen. However, the movie runners decided to take a non-comic accurate approach, which was a huge disappointment. It's entertaining to watch old Hothead do his thing with his fiery chain and his pin and stare, but for a comic book with a rebel spirit, the adaptation feels obediently conventional, wrote Los Angeles Times back in that time. So yes, the 2007 movie was a big mess according to the critics, but it somehow was deemed good enough to get a sequel 5 years after, again with Nick Cage in the main role. We assumed that was already in the works even before the first movie was released. This movie was supposed to be an awesome cinematic feature, the story of a Marvel anti-hero literally on fire, destroying the souls of the wicked while riding a motorcycle. It was very promising. After the sequel, it was all clear that we'll be hitting that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. No, really. After the sequel, it was all clear that we'll be missing this incredible character on the screens for a while. Even Nicolas Cage, who is known for taking literally every offered role, said that he is not coming back as Johnny Blaze again. The second movie starts with an attack on a Romanian castle, and it is very clear that the assailants are running after Nadia and her little boy Danny, who are hiding there. At one moment, Idris Elba appears with an outrageous French, and he is trying to help them so they escape. The movie cuts to Johnny Blaze, who is giving us a backstory and some kind of a recap of the first movie, before revealing to us that the demon inside him has been getting stronger. The writer doesn't differentiate between infractions, according to Johnny. No matter if you gutted another human being like a fish or just told a white lie, the writer will still happily take your soul. Alright, we'll stop here with this story and give you a chance to rewatch it and prepare it for what's coming next. Now, let's talk about the potential release date. The first Ghost Rider premiered in February 2007. It might not have gotten the best critics' reviews, but it definitely got fans' love. The second project was released in 2015, 5 years after. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. made quite an impression during its 7-season run on ABC, with one of the elements being the Ghost Rider character in the form of Robbie Reyes, played by Gabriel Luna, with him making his appearance during the 4th season of the show. The show received praise for many elements. Anyway, while talking about Ghost Rider, we'll be focused only on Nicolas Cage's character, Johnny Blaze. The second movie had a bad reputation, so it was not a surprise that it was canceled before. But lately, there are many rumors claiming that indeed there will be at least one more Ghost Rider movie. But we know for sure this movie will be much different. And you would ask, why is that? Well, let's say that we won't see the person that is the most related to this character having a scary fiery skull on his head. Talking to Collider, Nicolas Cage will smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. No, really, in all seriousness now. Talking to Collider, Nicolas Cage said, "I've said what I have to say. I don't want to say never, anything is possible, but I doubt highly that I would be in the third installment of that. And just there, at that moment, everybody started to search for his successor. According to some new reports, the Matrix star Keanu Reeves expressed a will to become part of the MCU. Nothing has officially been confirmed yet, but we must admit that this sounds really amazing. The newest information is connecting another incredible actor with this role. Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, just recently shared his thoughts on a Ghost Rider adaptation with Ryan Gosling in the spotlight. Marvel Studio is at the center of attention right now by releasing new exciting projects, and Ghost Rider might as well be one of them. More and more actors have been sharing their interest to be part of the MCU, and Ryan Gosling is part of this group. Even though he was previously shrouded in Marvel rumors that related him to MCU cast for Nova, Gosling shot those down. He assured everyone that he would love to be part of a Marvel project shortly after that, offering up an alternate character option, Ghost Rider. We must admit that he would be a perfect fit for the role. After the actor shared his interest in playing this character, Feige disclosed his thoughts on the request. Gosling's unbelievable. Ryan's amazing. I'd love to find a place for him in the MCU. He's dressed up as a Ken on Venice Beach, and he gets more press than giant movies coming out that weekend. It's amazing, said Feige at Comic-Con for MTV News. Taking in mind, there is no official release date or a cast list announced by the studio, Keanu Reeves and Ryan Gosling are only the two actors we can somehow connect to the potential third Ghost Rider project. But what would Ghost Rider 3 be about? I'm going to own this curse, and I'm going to use it against you. Whenever innocent blood is spilled, it'll be my father's blood, and you'll find me there. A spirit of vengeance, fighting fire with fire. The third movie would probably be a prequel to the first two movies. The Dawn of Darkness will be a real character story, telling us how Johnny Blaze became a Ghost Rider. The long-forgotten evil will rise from the shadows, and it will show up on a distant and unknown continent. It won't have boundaries, and it will take over the earth. This evil will destroy everything that appears in its path. In the meantime, a mysterious group of warriors joins the survivors, and they have one last chance to save the world. It will be hard for the heroes to stand in their way. Furthermore, there will be a new team of heroes to assist the Ghost Rider. Sooner or later, we'll see this title on Netflix, and it would be a good match for Punisher, Daredevil, or Jessica Jones. Whatever happens, we just hope to see Ghost Rider 3 sooner rather than later. Keanu Reeves or Ryan Gosling? Well, we can't decide. We'll leave that for you. Until we get some official statements, we have time to rewatch the previous movies and prepare for what is coming up next. So what do you think of these scenarios? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.